One of the things that enabled me to be such a strong listing agent was the preparation. Because, I mean, honestly, when I first got into the business, I wasn't particularly that good at it. So I realized if I could eliminate as many objections as I could before I showed up, I'm not going to be sort of challenged the minute I walk in the front door. And so a pre-listing kit for me is all about me. I want to do something that gets them to see me a little different before I show up. So my personal profiles, buyers and sellers guides, depending on what they're doing, old marketing flyers, client testimonials. I mean, my office actually looked like a dollar store. I had, balloons and pens and notepads and all sorts of stuff around box fillers, and it would get delivered to their house. Before I showed up to the listing appointment, I'd either text them or I'd have a cover letter on it, and the text or the letter would say something very simple like, hey, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Alex. Here's some information just to get to know me a little bit better before I show up. I'll see you tomorrow at 4. And so really all I've done is I've set the standard very, very high. And if no other agent does anything like that, everybody else has to level up to where I've set the standard, not me trying to overcome somebody else's objections. And it's just such a great way of, number one thing they're not going to ask me is about my marketing, because if I'm prepared to go to that level to put something of high quality in front of you about me, they're not going to ask me what I spend on marketing. It eliminated a lot of objections about how long I'd been in the business and how many homes I'd sold, because my personal profile talked about client expectations and things that I'd done with certain clients. But it was more about them getting to understand who I was and what made me different. I shared a lot about my process, the things that I did different when I was working with a client, how I structured my communication, what my follow-up process looked like. And so I was just sharing all the things that I felt made me completely different. And it really funny enough, the best thing I got from it, Alex, my listing presentations used to go for about an hour and a half. Once I started and had that process really, really dialed in, 30 minutes maximum.